because the fans and the public has demanded the second one. They've asked me continuously, you know, when I promoted Commando, Predator, Kindergarten Cop, they said, okay, that is a good movie, but what about Terminator? Are you going to do another Terminator?
Years ago this week, on July 1st, 1991, Terminator 2 had its worldwide premiere at the Cineplex Odeon Century Plaza Cinemas in Century City, Los Angeles. The premiere was a huge Hollywood event attended by a slew of celebrity VIPs and covered by all sorts of media outlets. And today on T for Two, we're going to talk about all of it. So steam your suits and put on your best dresses because you're invited to the Hollywood premiere of Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Can't get this fucking thing straight.
Hey, we're rolling, man.
Just days before the big publicized Hollywood premiere took place, there was another screening of the film that wasn't so publicized. These invitations were sent out just to the cast and crew for their very own private cast and crew only screening of Terminator 2 Judgment Day so that they could enjoy it together before anyone else got to. This special screening was scheduled to take place on Thursday, June 27, 1991 at 8 p.m. at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences in Beverly Hills. But apparently there was a scheduling conflict, because less than a week before that private screening was to take place, these letters were sent out to the cast and crew letting them know that there had been a last-minute change.
Chill out. The date for the cast and crew screening for Terminator 2 Judgment Day has changed to Friday, June 28, 1991. But the time is still 8 p.m. and the location is still Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, Beverly Hills. So be there! Sorry for any inconvenience.
Now that the event had been changed to a Friday night, I imagine that made it even more fun for the cast and crew. Then again, who cares what night it was on? I mean, think about this for a second. After 6 months following an insanely tight schedule of blazing fast, high-stakes filmmaking involving intense acting and bar-raising chase sequences filmed at over a dozen locations throughout the Los Angeles area, in the real desert and in real flood control canals, in a real biker bar and in a real steel mill, across significant lengths of highway, and on a massive set of utter post-apocalyptic warfare devastation. After all that, this crew made it out on the other side and finally got to catch their breath, get cleaned up, and spend an evening together in a movie theater, all to themselves, enjoying the fruits of their labor. Before the rest of the world got to see Terminator 2 Judgment Day, this night was for the cast and crew to sit back and celebrate together the truly monumental cinematic achievement that they'd pulled off. T2 co-producer Stephanie Austin said, "I've rarely been in a room where there was that much enthusiasm. People were stamping their feet and clapping for 10 or 15 minutes, cheering and clapping. It was so wildly enthusiastic, and also literally, people are looking around going, we really pulled this off, you know?" That had to be such a cathartic experience to sit together and watch it all finally come together on the big screen like that. And you know damn well they had to be saying to each other, wait until the rest of Hollywood sees what we did. And then 3 days later, they got to show the rest of Hollywood that the motion picture bar had been raised to a new level at the Hollywood premiere of Terminator 2 Judgment Day. But first, just to be clear, what exactly is a premiere? Typically, a film premiere is a red carpet event which is attended by invitation only. Guests include the cast, filmmakers, and invited members of the press, and these events are rarely open to the public, with the exception of maybe an occasional contest winner or something. It's kind of a ceremonial event, and it's also, honestly, sort of a marketing thing, just to draw a bunch of media attention to the film shortly before it officially opens nationwide. The T2 premiere was an event that hosted hundreds of notable guests, and there was buffet-style food of all different kinds, which, according to an article in Us Weekly, was selected by Schwarzenegger himself, and included southern fried chicken, prawns, seedless watermelon, and peach and whiskey pie. This is the first time I've heard of peach and whiskey pie. I don't know exactly what that is, but it sounds fun. There were also rows of T2 pinball machines for the guests' enjoyment, and roaming through the crowd were Terminator lookalikes carrying mock guns. These T2 paperweights were promotional swag, primarily given as a souvenir to members of the press who attended the event. I got this one from Ron South, who was the second assistant editor on Terminator 2. I'm not sure how many of these were produced for the event, but this is one of, I think, maybe 2 that I've ever seen, so all I know is that they're pretty rare these days. But that doesn't necessarily make them valuable, because most people have never even seen these and wouldn't even know what they are, you know? But they are pretty damn heavy. In our last episode, we mentioned the souvenir programs that were sold in Japanese theater gift shops when T2 was showing in Japan. And we mentioned that in most countries, theaters don't have program guides for movies, which is lame as hell because they're pretty cool to look at. But sometimes at special Hollywood screening events like this, they do hand out movie programs. These programs were handed out to attendees at Terminator 2's Hollywood premiere. The biggest blockbuster of the summer, the most expensive movie ever made. What could possibly be inside? Exciting imagery from the film? Behind-the-scenes photos? Naked pictures of Robert Patrick? Seriously, before I open this, take a guess at what might be in here. Now take that thought, whatever it might be, and lower your expectations. And you're probably still thinking too high. It's literally just the credits that roll at the end of the film. I don't know why they gave these out at the premiere. I've never been to a Hollywood screening, so maybe this is just like a formality or something that they always do just to give special recognition to everyone who worked so hard on the film. Or maybe because the majority of guests at these things are fellow Hollywood stars and producers, maybe they just appreciate this sort of thing a lot more than your typical moviegoer who gets up and bolts for the car the second the credits start to roll. Speaking of Hollywood stars, the premiere of Terminator 2 was attended by a lot of them.
It was Judgment Day for Terminator 2 as a star-studded audience lined up for their chance to see Arnold Schwarzenegger try and top the success of the first Terminator film.
Sylvester Stallone was there, who released the film Oscar just a few months prior. Remember Oscar? Neither do I. But Stallone was a huge fan of Terminator 2.
I need 10 new fingernails. That was great, seriously.
Sharon Stone was there, Christian Slater, Michael Douglas.
Effects are incredible. Good enough to make actors nervous.
Laura Dern was there.
Everybody's great. It's beautiful. It's an incredible experience. I loved it.
James Woods,
piece of candy.
Dudley Moore, Tony Danza, and Alyssa Milano.
It's an unrelenting ride, and Arnold's my hero.
Rob Lowe was there, though at no point did he appear as though he wanted to be. But Robert Carradine sure looked happy to be there. And hey, it looks like he found a good use for that pointless program. Hiding his massive armpit sweat. Maybe. Oh, hey, wait, pull that photo up again. Zoom in. Right there. See that? He's wearing one of these Terminator 2 buttons on his shirt. They must have been handing these out at the premiere, too. That's fun.
Who the hell is Robert Carradine?
Who's Robert Carradine? He played Lewis in Revenge of the Nerds. Come on, man. Anyway, who else was there? Keith Barish was there rocking a Terminator 2 t-shirt, which today someone would probably list on eBay for like $500 or something stupid like that. Anyway, he's the producer who co-founded the Planet Hollywood restaurant in which Schwarzenegger became an investor just a few months before this premiere. Whoopi Goldberg was there. Billy Crystal, who released the classic film City Slickers just 4 weeks prior to this. Man, his wife does not look as excited as he does to see Terminator 2. Probably because she knows damn well it's going to knock City Slickers down a notch or two at the box office. Or maybe she's just not looking forward to sitting with her husband through 2 hours of Linda Hamilton looking like a golden gift from God. There's actor Timothy Dalton. Hey look, he's got one of those boring T2 programs too. Must not have had a chance to open it and then promptly throw it away. Don't waste your time, Timothy Dalton. Just throw it in the trash. Or wait, maybe like make it into a paper hat or something. Yeah, there you go. Timothy Dalton. Hey, there's Ice-T, who of course is famous for his song Cop Killer. So I bet he showed up to Terminator 2 hoping to see more of this. Mario Kassar of Kuroko Pictures was there, probably because he had spent the past 6 months reading headlines about how he was insane spending $100 million to produce a film, and tonight, he's looking forward to sticking it up everyone's ass. There's James Caan. Man, wasn't he great in Misery? Loved that movie. Anyway, right around this same time, James Caan was complaining about bodybuilders and other stars getting into acting and making more money from movies than he did. But, here he is going to see Terminator 2, so...
I mean, there was truly, truly amazing stuff I've never seen before in my life.
There's Nicolas Cage looking, enthusiastic. Cocaine was still kind of popular in Hollywood around this time. I mean, I'm not saying that to imply anything here, you know. I'm just saying that cocaine was still kind of popular in Hollywood around this time.
I'm blown away. I'm like in a state of shock. It's like fantasy come true.
And of course, the stars of Terminator 2 were there as well. Arnold Schwarzenegger was there with his wife Maria Shriver.
We took a shot at it, and we are very delighted that everyone, if it is the critics or the people that have seen it, think it is better than the first one. So that's what we want to do, is entertain people all over the world.
Linda Hamilton was there with her twin sister Leslie. Robert Patrick was there with his wife Barbara. And young breakout star Eddie Furlong was there, showing off his new girlfriend, actress Salil Moon Frye. I would assume that other actors like Joe Morton and Earl Bowen might have attended as well, or at least they damn well should have been invited, but I haven't found any evidence that they were there. But our hero from the first Terminator film, Michael Biehn, was there with his then-wife Gina Marsh. As far as I know, though, nobody took any photos of Biehn, Hamilton, and Schwarzenegger together, which is too bad, because that would have been fun. But Entertainment Tonight did ask Linda Hamilton and Robert Patrick for their thoughts on Schwarzenegger.
That's fun to watch, but I'm in shape too.
It's a little intimidating, but I got pretty pumped up for him, and he was very given to me, and just a great guy. He was very sweet and helped me a lot. He helped me quite a bit.
All right, my man.
No problemo.
Proceeds from T2's Hollywood premiere benefited the Dreams Work program out of Tennessee, which granted the wishes of terminally ill youngsters. And in this case, Dreams Work was sponsoring a special trip to the Terminator 2 premiere for B.J. Ford, a young man who was struggling with muscular dystrophy. What a cool thing to do. Kind of funny to think, though, that a charity would send a small child to meet a killer cyborg and watch his new rated-R movie with him.
Fuck shit. Fuck with me.
2 days later, on July 3rd, 1991, Terminator 2 Judgment Day opened throughout the US and Canada, distributed by TriStar Pictures. It opened on 2,274 screens across the country and gave a much-needed boost to the movie theater industry, which hadn't exactly been thriving over the prior months. Terminator 2 raked in a monstrous amount of money in the first month alone and cemented itself as one of the biggest sequels of all time. And before the month even ended, the Schwarzeneggers had another very special sequel to celebrate when their second daughter, Christina, was born on July 23rd. Thank you for watching this special 30th anniversary look back at the Hollywood world premiere of Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I can't believe it's already been 30 years since our lives have been blessed by the presence of this film. On T for 2, we have so many topics planned for future episodes all about the Terminator and T2 that I'm sure we'll still be at it by the time Terminator 2 turns 40. So make sure to hit the subscribe button below so that you don't miss out on any of the Terminator-y fun, like the next episode, which will cover everything you wanted to know about the Terminator signature weapon, the Winchester 1887 lever-action shotgun. Oh, shit! Sorry! God damn it! Which one of you stupid assholes thought it was a good idea to load this fucking thing?